Hi, I'm Josh, and a week before this trip, I met John randomly at a gas station. Or not so randomly. He recognized me as he was a fan of the channel, and we hit it off. He eventually told me about a trip that his family and friends take every year in Guatemala to build houses for people in need. He invited me, and I told him I'd think about it, which is my polite way of saying, yeah, probably not. But on my drive home, I thought about my future plans, which was going to be spending a couple weeks alone at my cabin doing really nothing of great significance. So when I got home, I called him and told him I was in.
Okay, let's ride.
A week later, here we are. All right, welcome to Guatemala. That was over 24 hours of traveling, planes, cars, vans, getting to explore the city a little bit, and then we finally made it here. We're at the coast in San Jose. This is definitely the most exciting thing I've done in a long time. And tomorrow we start working. Okay. Good night. I'm gonna load up a bunch of cement. Good morning. We have about 80 Hola, buenos días. Nosotros trabajo. Trabajos. Trabajamos. Getting water for the day. Most days start the same way. We would load up cinder blocks or bags of concrete at a local store, and from there we'd make the 45-minute drive out of town, weaving between slow-moving semis and fast-moving motorcycles. Eventually the pavement gives way to bumpy dirt roads that carry us through stretches of banana fields, sugarcane, and cattle farms. Then we arrived here at the main build, where most of the crew will gather each day. Here they're building a 2-room house for a family of 12. You can see behind us where they had already finished another 2-room house for the same family just before we got here. After our short meet and greet, a few others and I kept going another 10 minutes down the road to a different job site. This is going to be a smaller 1-room house that we'll be working on, and when we got here, Roberto, Juan Carlos, and Beto had already laid the foundation and a few layers of bricks. We didn't know each other's languages very well, so through broken communication and lots of pointing, they showed us what to do and we got right to work. And then you fill it with water.
Then you gotta let it sit for. You let it sit for 5 minutes, and then you slowly close it a little bit more, and then you let it sit for like 3 more minutes, and then you just completely fold it up, depending on how much you want.
If you couldn't tell, this was my first time working with concrete, so getting the hang of it and the consistency and everything took me some time, but thankfully Beto was there to help me out.
Like pickled jalapenos, salt, like the liquid.
More?
And there's some other stuff in it, but you can put cottage cheese in it, and it makes it high protein.
That's why he's so quick. He's just throwing it at the wall.
Great accuracy.
Okay.
They're so cute. Oh.
Hey, Chompipe. Around noon, we would all meet over at a church that John and Christy had helped build a few years ago. We'd rinse off, and then lunch was usually a sandwich of some sort with snacks and a 20-minute siesta on the cold tile. When it's 90 degrees out with 70% humidity, you can imagine just how great that felt.
You got a hammer over there, John?
Nah, I just been using my,
Yeah.
tablas, por favor. Tablas. Una por una. Una. Bien. Ya, cerrar.
So what Juan Carlos is showing me here is how to make the U-blocks for the next row. These blocks will be filled with rebar and concrete to make the walls more sturdy. I did end up breaking 4 blocks by hitting them too hard, and then Juan Carlos was like, hey, give me the hammer, I'm going to show you. He took it and then he broke one, so how about that? That's the end of day 1.
Cow action. Thought it wasn't even true. I heard that.
Quick fix.
Bingo. We're in action.
We are also covered
The gas line, or the breather tube popped out.
I know, but I like this one.
So I'm able to. You might be wondering, hey, whose place is this? Or who's cooking us all this good food? Well, that would be Roni and his wonderful family. This is Roni, and he's a pastor for a local church, and he's also our guide / translator for this trip, as he's the only bilingual one among us. Roni and Dunya, if you end up seeing this video, thank you again for your hospitality. Good morning. We're getting geared up again. Go back out. I guess after action review day 1, it's pretty cool to it's really cool to be here, and it's cool to see a different way of life.
Did you get your editing done last night?
I can't help it.
So secure. So secure.
150 bricks.
Loaded down. Now that's the Mexican roller down. Should I do all of them?
Can you?
You doubting
You want to get an early start on the brick breaking. Early lead.
This is gonna see how my day goes.
Oh.
Josh? Is the rebar, are the cages over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good.
Yeah. Where you start putting those.
Oh, lay them in?
Un momento.
Okay.
Más. Más.
Bien? No.
Mismo?
What would Jesus do?
He would say. Yes.
He says, primero guaro. Guaro is alcohol.
Okay. Perfecto.
Alright, you can pull it up. Yeah. Oh, one more. Más. Coke break. Pure cane sugar, very good.
We need to buy
Ice
more of
cold.
those. Yeah, we didn't get enough.
And whatever.
We're supposed to be sharing with
Tocinito.
That's gotta be cool.
Tocinito.
There it is. No, that sounds good. Oh snap! That sounds like work.
So we attempted to race the 3 dudes on the right there, and I've shoveled a lot of snow this winter up in Alaska, and still, we didn't even come close to getting these guys. Whew, they smoked us. Thankfully today we had the concrete mixer at the job site, and after siphoning some gas from Beto's motorcycle to even get the thing running, we fired it up and started mixing batches for the row of U-blocks.
Pour from the side, Josh. Go this way. There you go. There you go.
Más de 7 le echaron. No. Hermano, ahí viene.
This is Beto coming up behind me. He's 83 or 85. Still working. Rides a motorcycle. Got a motorcycle at 75. What a legend.
¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? Sí, señor. ¿Qué onda, loco?
After lunch, we got to work on the dirt pile that was dropped off earlier. In front, you can see Dora. Dora's the best. She's always smiling and always helping wherever she could. She also loved to show off her puppies and chickens that were running around whenever she had the chance. And something that I learned later was that the house we're building is actually going to be for her and Roberto when we're all done. So after I learned that, each bucket of dirt she carried just had a lot more meaning to it.
Okay. End of day 2. Chompipe, adios.
Somebody's going with me? No?
Day 2 of working, day 3 of being here. But yeah, they're having big parties and stuff like that around town. It's Saturday night. It's also the week of Easter, well, coming up to Easter, and they celebrate Easter huge down here, which is really cool. And tomorrow we're actually gonna go into a different town. It'll be Sunday, and we're gonna see like the parade and everything going on there. So yeah, another good day of work. There's some hard workers here. Everyone, the whole family's working. It's really cool to see. All right, good night. Beautiful here. We got some cues. What are they called? Quetzales. Exchange rate is 7.5. 7.5 to $1 US. I got 2 paintings. Very beautiful paintings, kind of like Bob Ross style, but with Spanish flair.
I think this one, yeah? That's what we're looking at?
Rolling?
Crazy in the street today.
This building behind me, well, now it's a tree, but it's an old convent. A lot of cool architecture here. I don't know. Mango Marg.
Usually they're like
sweet, like super sweet.
The tequila is
Maybe.
Everybody one chip.
Half a chip.
One
these
chip.
are the thinnest napkins in the world.
I've already used 4.
Bro, I can see through it.
So this is just flowers, or flour and sawdust that's
Yeah, that's all
colored.
sawdust right there. This one is all sawdust.
Sawdust, yeah.
Some of them are all flour.
And oh no, you're good. Explain. No, explain. Come on. You're gonna be YouTube famous. Feature. Too shy.
Yeah, too shy.
Do you know the facts? I don't.
I'll make them up if you want.
Go ahead.
These are flour. It's mainly sawdust, 90%. And there's seeds mixed in, and so in like a week, come Easter time, the flowers will spring up in the roads, and those just be flowers.
So it's not true.
See,
I was gonna say that's not true.
The procession will come through and they'll walk all over this.
Oh.
wait, so it does it not say permanent?
You had to be the first time, bro.
Yeah, that was very convincing. You're hired.
Master manipulator.
Master manipulator. You weren't wrong, Sam.
Yeah.
This one's already bloomed.
Chat. Basically, this is what happens at the end. They bloom into this.
There's a car coming.
Like I said. Yeah.
I'm tangled. Yeah.
From their
No one
shoulder
can lie
down.
here. No one can say
And
I'm 5'11" and they're 5'9".
the higher the number, the shorter the people would get. So number one, the first round at 3 a.m., the people are the tallest, really tall, and then they get shorter and shorter.
Ah, okay. So those big wooden floats are called andas, and they weigh up to a ton. And they're about 80 feet long.
A ton?
Yeah, they weigh up to a ton. And then those wooden floats that they're carrying. And then those are called alfombras. The flower carpets, alfombras. And that's all my facts. It blends Catholic and Mayan traditions. That night, we headed out of town and towards the city to pick up 2 more members of the team. However, we learned that one of the girls flying in had missed a connecting flight due to TSA being on strike that week, so we couldn't pick her up till the next morning. And then on the way to town, Roni discovered some bad news that the truckers would be protesting tomorrow morning about the higher gas prices. This would shut down a lot of roads, so not knowing if we could even get to the airport tomorrow morning, and with a 3 to 4 hour drive back to San Jose, we decided to stay in the city. Luckily, Roni's daughter lives close by, and she let all 10 of us crash at her place.
Perfect timing. That was beautiful. Dude. Oh!
Cubo. La Tortuga? La Tortuga?
La tortuga.
No, they're going to buy tarantulas.
Turtle.
They're going to buy another batch.
Turtle.
Boom.
Turtle.
I gotta think more simple.
Yeah, I think this is very simple.
The next morning, Roni's daughter went off to work, and we got to work on a project that she had needed done for a long time.
I love that act.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. You gotta take it from the top, bro.
Not
Fill all this with dirt.
Help him out, put it there, put it there.
How to use the level.
Hopefully you don't have to rip one.
Ooh, perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, that's good.
That's perfect.
So after picking up our newest 2 members of the team, we drove the 3.5 hours back and headed straight to the beach.
Oh, should have brought my board. Here we go.
I thought we were waiting for the sunset.
What's behind the house? Like that? Yep.
Symptoms started 2 days ago. Last night was the worst of it. Today I couldn't go to work, so got the high poopity, Montezuma's revenge. So I've just been holding it down, drinking a lot of water. I think it's E. coli from the symptoms I've been having, so yeah. Roni must have known I was in pretty bad shape because that night he called over his son, who's a firefighter paramedic, to give me an IV. And if you're sort of squeamish, look away now.
Wow, you are really dehydrated, right?
Oh, there you go. Got it. Good work.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
10 out of 10 recommend.
That was easy, right?
Boy. Yeah. Good work. How long you been a firefighter?
As well, yeah.
How long?
Oh my, for 10 years, more than 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. How you feeling? Good?
Good. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Welcome.
Well, I'm feeling a lot better today. It was nice getting that IV, getting rehydrated. I'm still chilling, though. I'm feeling good, not great. So I'll give it another day and then be back to work tomorrow. Oh, okay. I can also stomach food now, which is muy bien. So that evening, while stopped behind a sugarcane truck, the van was rear-ended by a young motorcyclist. The kid's head is what broke the glass in the back, but by a miracle he walked away fine with only some bandages and likely a pretty good concussion. Keep in mind it was John driving, and Roni, our translator, was already back at the house. So for 30 minutes until Roni showed back up, our non-Spanish-speaking crew had to roughly translate to the police what had happened. Once Roni showed up, they learned that the police wanted to confiscate both vehicles and then turn the case over to lawyers. However, something came up that changed the officer's mind, and they decided to let everyone go. We also discovered that a very small shard of glass had made its way into Isaac's pupil, so we spent about 30 minutes waterboarding his eye until it washed out. And then the next day, we were all back to work.
Where's Chompipe?
What? What, Sam?
Made a lot of progress.
And I will meet you at the house because let's do this.
Who needs two? One's a chisel, one's a hammer.
Otro martillo.
La Tortugas.
You.
The leader. Come. For lunch today, we got to visit some other friends that the crew had made over the years. And we had some fire-roasted chicken, which was amazing. And then they fixed the back of our window so we weren't getting plastered in dust when driving down the road. It's a good thing we had a filling lunch that day because we didn't have a concrete mixer. and the entire floor and porch was then going to be poured by hand.
Creo que con cubeta.
Con cubeta.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, you don't do that.
Chompipe.
And of course it started to rain that evening. Rain can really mess up a concrete pour, so we were kind of worried.
Alright, we're back to the job site.
Oh, good.
Looks like the rain didn't do...
No, the worst it did is came off the planks right there. Just collected.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Hmm.
That's like $500, $400.
Shot of the year.
Despacio.
Hold on.
I can't see it.
Uno, dos, tres!
Alright.
Yeah, I want to get a picture.
Yeah.
What's one?
I'm gonna clear it.
Yep.
Just imagine smacking a pier.
Nice.
Adios. Hasta mañana.
Very.
Yeah.
I woke up one day, I couldn't even walk. I was stuck in bed.
So there happened to be a kid standing on the beach with a surfboard, and he was easily overpowered, and just kidding. Thanks to it being a small town, Roni actually knew the kid, and he let me borrow his board for a little bit. I haven't surfed in over a year, but man, it felt great to get back out on a wave, even though it was just a closeout beach break.
Ay, ay, ay. Despair. The slow pan out. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's riding her in now.
Today we finished the one house. Well, sort of finished. They're still gonna put a door on it and windows and stuff. Probably after we leave, but that was really cool to give them the house, and Dora kept just saying thanks for the beautiful home. She said that so many times, and that was just really cool to see that. And then getting to surf and go to the beach, that was fun. And I convinced them tomorrow, well, I'll probably end up surfing again, and I'm gonna try and teaching them how to surf, so that'll be fun. Yeah, got a couple more fun things left in this trip, and then, well, we still have to finish the big house, but yeah. We have arrived. Last day, get the floor in.
Sigan Sapo! Pepsi!
Pepsi!
Coca!
Coca!
Okay, I did.
Oh, okay. That's my highlight, everybody. In my low. Say goodbye. See you later.
High and low at the same time.
Yes.
I'm gonna come back next year and they're gonna be calling me Loca.
Teaching them to surf. What do you think?
Bro, I'm ready.
All right, let us begin. They were all naturals. Good end of the day.
That night, we attended Roni's church, gathered in a beautiful building that John and Christy had actually helped build a few years earlier. It felt like a fitting way to close out the trip. The sermon brought our journey to a close in a way that's hard to put into words. I didn't understand everything he preached because he didn't come with subtitles, but I could feel the love behind it. And then came the best part of the whole trip. It wasn't just about the houses we had been building, it was about the people. And both families that we had been working with showed up to church for the first time. You couldn't see Roberto and Dora in the back, but they were there too, and that just meant everything.
Adios, Chompipe.